What's up, Chiefs Kingdom? It's your boy Chris Style. You're tuned into another episode of Arrowhead Chief Podcast, episode 120. We got a few things to get into. Free agency is still kicking off. We're only a little bit away from the draft. Let's talk about it. Let's talk Chiefs.
Yeah, Arrowhead Chiefs. It's your girl, Miss Nicole. We in hustle, baby. Started from the bottom, now we here. My homie at the start of his career. Let's go. Try to win him early, hear the truth. Tuning every Sunday for the juice. Arrowhead Chief Podcast, bringing all the news. If you missed the play, come back for reviews. Chris Style, out here rapping for the crew. Post game highlights, go subscribe on YouTube. If you missed the play, come back for reviews. Post game highlights, go subscribe on YouTube.
What's up, everybody? Hope everybody's having a good day. We're here Monday morning or afternoon, should I say. Chiefs Kingdom, Arrowhead Chief Podcast, episode 120. Hope everybody's having a good day. I don't know where Clarence is at. Hopefully he can fall in a little bit later. If not, I also got my guy Ty in there from Sports Talk with T. What's going on, Ty?
Feeling pretty good on this Monday afternoon. Just looking at these signings. Overall, I'm liking what I'm seeing.
Yeah, me too. We're going to get into that in a little bit. Well, matter of fact, let's go ahead and talk about it right now. New free agent signings. Let's talk about it. We got Jawan Taylor. We got Charles Omenihu, Drew Tranquil, and Mike Edwards. Out of those names, Ty, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. I think they're bolstering this defense up. They're adding to that young core that they drafted a year ago. I think Mike Edwards, he's very versatile, but I would like him to play deep. With Brian Cook primarily playing in the box, Justin Reed over the middle of the field. Charles Omenihu could be a starter. They could still look at a guy in the draft because of the contract they gave him being affordable. And then Jawan Taylor is probably the big one, obviously replacing Orlando Brown in that left tackle spot. I think he's extremely athletic, extremely versatile. I'm excited for that. And then Drew Tranquil brought in to probably be the third down linebacker, probably take that Darius Harris role. With a lot more upside than Darius Harris, obviously. Looking at his stats last year, I know you mentioned it. You really like him. So, and I do too. I like all these signings. It's specifically the signing I'm probably the highest on. And this probably shocked some people, is going to be Jawan Taylor, because I think he played in a bad scheme most of his career in Jacksonville. Then last year, once Doug Peterson got there, a similar scheme to what the Chiefs run, he really excelled. Getting out in space, they use that athleticism that he has, and I think we'll see a lot more of that in Kansas City.
Yeah, I agree. It's funny, the Chiefs going this route again. Orlando Brown Jr., he actually had a little bit of time to play on the left side when he played it with the Ravens once Rodney Staley went down with that ACL tear. So Orlando Brown had a little bit of, experience playing there, but still he had to switch over to the left side to play full time. And so this is going to be interesting to see. Now Jawan Taylor is a lot more athletic than Orlando Brown Jr. He can move his feet better. He's better against. He's better in pass pro. Whereas in Orlando Brown Jr., he excelled more with power, running the football. That's why he looked so good when he was with the Ravens, because they run the football a lot. When he goes to Cincinnati, when he's at Cincinnati now, he's going to look better because they run a lot more of those concepts.
That power run,
Yeah, they run that more of those concepts, whereas in Kansas City, we're a pass-happy team. We're pass-heavy,
zone runs.
And teams have loaded up against us with more speed rush. So he struggled against that. He struggled against speed guys who can cross him, real fast. He always struggled with those type of guys. If it was straight up power, he had a little bit more success with those guys because he's a big, Orlando Brown Jr. is a big guy.
Exactly.
Whereas in Jawan Taylor, he's probably might struggle a little bit with the power guys, but those fast speed rushers, they're not going to be as successful as they were with Orlando
Yep.
Brown because this guy's more of an athlete. I think Jawan Taylor's going to be all right, especially with Joan Tooney over there helping
Yep.
him out, getting him up to speed. You got Andy Heck, the offensive line coach. He's gonna do what he always does, gets the best out of these linemen, and then
Exactly.
and then you got Andy Reid, who's
And yep.
he's a offensive lineman at heart. So he's gonna get the best out of that guy. So I'm not too much worried, and don't be surprised if in the draft they still
Yep.
draft the guy, to groom or to put behind him as an insurance policy, or even sign a veteran to
Yep.
be an insurance policy just in case Jawan Taylor struggles a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised. As far as Charles and Minihue, I love it. Anybody from that defensive line
Yep.
from San Francisco, sign me up. The guy. But if you watch him and you watch the tape on this guy, this dude has a motor.
He's a monster.
He brings energy to that the defensive line. I think that this could be a year where he could break out and be at least a top tier starter.
Yep.
And show that he's a perennial pass rusher in this league. So I love the move. Put him, you can move him around on that defensive line.
Yep.
Put him inside,
Interior.
you can put him outside, so you can have sets. We got George Karlaftis and him on the inside, Chris and whoever on the outside, or you can just do so much with this defensive line with this guy's versatility. That's what the Chiefs like. They like
Yep.
versatility on their defensive line and their offensive line. They like
On
guys,
both sides of the ball.
they like guys who can play multiple positions. So this just fits right into the wheelhouse of what they like to do. Now the guy I like, Drew Tranquil, he's a coverage linebacker, a guy
Yep.
who's good in coverage, and he can get after the passer. He had 5.5 sacks last year, so he's pretty good at getting at the passer. He's an athlete, definitely something that we lacked last year. We needed, Darius Harris. He left
He
a
was
little bit.
slow.
Yeah, he was very slow, left a lot to be desired last year. So this guy is definitely going to be a better athlete. And it says a lot. It'll be interesting to see what this means for Willie Gay, because we saw it last year that a lot of times on third down, Willie Gay was coming out of the field and they was putting
Yeah.
Darius Harris out there. So it'll be interesting to see if this means like this is Willie's way out. This is insurance for Willie. Willie has injury history too,
Yep.
so this might be that too. But it'll be interesting to see what this means for Willie Gay. And then Mike Edwards, guy's a
Yep.
ball. He's a ball
A
hawk.
ball hawk. Yep.
He's a ball hawk. And that what did we always talk about last year? We had problems getting
Getting the
uh,
turnovers.
getting turnovers. You know, Juan started coming on a little bit later. Guys started picking the ball off a little bit later, but we need that early. We need those turnovers early to
Early in
get
the season.
get the ball back to this offense, get the ball to Patrick Mahomes' hands so he can work his magic
Yep.
and add more points on the board. When we playing against these top tier teams, the Bengals or the Buffaloes or, maybe even the Jets, maybe in the Jets when they get a run. But we definitely are going to need a guy like him because he can take the ball away, and that's what his specialty is. So, like you said in the beginning, play him back deep,
Yep.
let Cook be that bruiser across the middle, hitting people, trying to run across that middle, and then let Justin Reed just roam in the middle
Roam the box. Yep.
and do what he does. Rush the passer sometimes, and just do what he does. So yeah, I definitely like these pickups. Would I like them to pick up pick up a couple more people, of course. But we gonna get into that in a minute. But definitely like what I seen so far. Brett Veach always is good. Getting these day two, free agency signing
Yep.
guys. He may not. I guess you could say Jawan Taylor is
He
a
was a
splash.
day.
He was the
Yeah.
splash guy, but usually, day two, that's where Brett Veach,
That's his
makes
work. Yeah.
he does his dealings at. So definitely like what I've seen so far. So um Anything else you like? You got anything
Yeah.
else?
No, I was gonna look Joe's comment. He never heard of Mike Edwards, and I remember Mike Edwards coming out of college. I thought he was a guy the Chiefs could draft. I believe he was actually in the same class as Juan was. So I remember looking at some of his tape throughout college, and you said it. He's a ball hawk. He gets turnovers. I know he had like two pick sixes in 4 minutes in one game with the Bucks last year against the Falcons. So definitely a chance that he gets turnovers. We need that. So adding Mike Edwards, and all these deals are relatively cheap. Besides obviously Jawan Taylor being the biggest contract, but I think there's an out after the third or fourth after the third year. So no
Mm-hmm.
big deal.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, when you're playing for a premium position like left tackle, you're gonna
You
have to.
get paid.
You got to fork up the dollars. So and you see Orlando Brown Jr. He shot himself in the foot,
Yeah, he
and
did.
now he had to take less to go play for the Bengals and try to prove himself again. He found out real quick, you ain't Trent Williams, buddy.
Yeah.
You might not even be Jawan Taylor. So yeah, he had to find out the hard way.
I
Big
don't know.
upgrade. Then over, I think.
I think it's a little upgrade.
I think
I
it's
don't
a
think
lot. It might be a lateral move.
yeah.
He might be better ball hawker. The thing with Juan is that Juan came out the gate so like with promise in that rookie
Yeah,
season.
he
We
had a
we
great
we
rookie season.
we thought I thought Juan that was gonna be a superstar almost like a superstar free safety that was
Me
gonna
too.
get picks, hit people. Like I thought he had that potential in him. And ever since that ACL tear, it just went downhill. It just has never been the same. Some guys just react to injuries
Yep.
different than other guys. Some guys can come
Bounce
right
back
back
right away.
and be their same selves. And some guys, it may take a year, maybe two seasons, because mentally it's not always the physical. Because
Right. The
they got
mental aspect of it.
they got the technology nowadays to get these surgeries done just like that. And as
You'll be
long as you're
recovered in 6 months.
as long as you're consistent with your rehab, you should be back at it. It's mentally cutting,
Yep.
and breaking, and doing all the stuff that you used to do. And sometimes it may not, and then it swells up a little bit. You may feel it, get a little sore,
Sore. Yep.
and then you're like, oh no, I might break it again. You don't want to do that. So it takes a little bit for some guys, and I just think he never got back to the guy that we saw in that rookie season. So,
That
and,
rookie season, he was a monster. Man, he was tearing it up.
and then even I don't know, not last season, but the season before, it was just something with him and Spags. Like I don't
Yeah.
know, we
There was
found
the
out.
whole question of why Sorensen playing deep, and
Yeah, he would make comments on Twitter, and it was just like you might be in a doghouse or something. Maybe they had conversations, and he didn't like what he heard. I don't know, but I wish Juan the best in
I
Cleveland.
do too.
Hopefully Juan can show that he's still one of those. He's a very good safety, out there. He has much success, So, but yeah, as far as the question goes, I think it's more of a lateral move. I think Mike Evans is going to fill the spot that he needs to fill. I think he's a little bit better of a ball hawk than Juan. That pretty snowflake comment stuff. Oh, damn. Okay, we're not going there. Come on, Joe. Let's bring it back.
Let's reel it back in.
Bring it back, Joe. All right. So I got a scenario for you. Joe. Boy, you always got something, boy, up your sleeve. No. So I got a scenario because everybody's going crazy. We've seen all these moves. Well, let's talk about some of these moves first.
Right.
Since we're talking about free agency, you see Adam Thielen just break the bank with Carolina,
Yeah, he did.
and they might be going after DJ Chark too, but he got what 3 years, 25 million, like
14 million guaranteed,
yeah,
big signing bonus.
I'm sorry, I'm good.
Exactly, I'm good.
I'm not signing Adam Thielen to
To
that.
anything besides a 1 year, $5 million deal.
We back. Yeah, I'm not signing Thielen to that deal. Juju went to the Patriots. What did he get? Like 3 years,
333,
33.
25 guaranteed.
Jacoby Myers got 3 and 44, I think. Um, who else was out there that got paid? But then you see these trades go down. You see Brandon Cooks. He goes
Yeah.
to the
For
Cowboys
for a fifth and a sixth.
for a fifth and a six, and then they restructured his contract. I don't know the particulars of the numbers, but I'm sure they got the cap number down. What leaves you to Odell Beckham Jr.
Yep.
and he's still out there, and he's making waves in Twitter, and he's talking about everybody saying, "Oh, he won 20, he won 15 million," and he's saying, "I never said that. I
I
never
just
said
don't want
20.
Ford.
I just don't want forward." Now somebody put it out there. I think his agent put 20 out there.
Yep.
So then when
To
they come
see.
to the table, they be like, "Yeah, we don't want 20, we want 10, maybe 12." You
No,
know what I'm saying? Like, we can talk 10,
you
12.
got a good point.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I think the agent shot that out there. Like, we gonna say 20, but we really want 12 and 10. Like, we know you ain't getting no
20.
20. You're not even getting 15.
No.
So, but
12 is even a stretch.
maybe we can get 10 with incentives. So
Yeah.
I could see, so I could see the agent doing that. So, but right now, he's out there, but teams are clearly telling him no. And we've heard reports that Buffalo one has been looking at him. They just signed Trent Sheffield, the
Yep.
kid from Miami. So I don't know. That might be a sign of them saying, "Nah, we
We're
good.
good.
We'll just." Because personally, I don't. Buffalo, I don't I understand Buffalo, but I don't because
Because
I
they
feel
got
like
Gabe Davis. I feel like he's wide receiver too.
that, and I just think Stephon Diggs and Odell are the same type of player. Like they do the
Yep.
same thing. A lot of
Yep.
slants and crossing
Go
routes and
routes and
go routes. Like they the same player. Like why would you want the same player in your wheelhouse? I guess I don't know. I
I
think he
don't think
gets
so.
more per. I think he gets more per year than Juju. No.
Mm-mm.
Not coming off those injuries, man. Like he's on
Two, what is it? Two ACLs?
the one thing that's working for Juju is age.
Yep.
Regardless of his injury history, he's still 26. He's still young. A lot of
Exactly.
people don't realize that because Juju been in the league for a while.
He's been in the league for like 4 years.
Yeah, he's been in the league for a minute, and he came in the league when he was like 20. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
He didn't have his driver's license yet when they was talking about him coming into the league. You know what I'm saying? He was riding the bike. So so name alone. I
Nah.
don't know. I don't know, Joe. Teams are showing them like I don't care who you are.
Dallas went
We
with
don't.
Cooks.
Yeah,
The
we
Buffalo
don't.
went with Sherfield.
I don't care what your name is, buddy. What have you done for me lately? And what
Yep.
you've done is sat on the sideline and be hurt. We ain't got
Yeah.
time to be. We ain't got time to be paying for. Yeah,
And
that
the
was nice.
workout video ain't enough to get 20 a year.
Yeah, we can't go off of that. Yeah, you look good in with the Rams, and you was about to win
MVP.
MVP in the Super Bowl, but that was 2 years ago,
Yeah,
player.
exactly.
Running the business over here. Juju 75 NFL years.
Yeah, in NFL years, yeah.
So where's Odell?
Odell's like 95.
With them knees, like, come on, man. Like, and he broke it on the same, he tore his ACL on the same leg. Yeah. Teams are like leery. So here's a couple scenarios I got. And I want you to tell me which one you think is the best scenario, Ty. So we could trade for D Hop for a third or fourth round, give them MVS. I know people are gonna hate this. Willie Gay Jr. Two, sign Odell to a 1 year, $8 million deal with incentives up to $12 million. Or draft a receiver in the first round and hope that Andy Reid, this is the big key, that Andy Reid
We'll play him.
sees enough in this rookie to say he's a first round pick. and I'm going to play this guy, and not have veteran X have more snaps
Justin
than him.
Watson.
Yeah, and he bring back Justin Watson, and he's the starting X over here. You know, what scenario do you like, Ty?
Whew, I really like the D Hop one, but for me, I would have to throw in CEH and take out Willie Gay on that trade,
Okay,
and I would do it.
okay, okay.
And I would do it. But what as far as the Odell one, that's probably around what he should get. I actually really like that 1 year, 8 million up to 12 with the incentives. That's a possibility. Drafting a receiver, I would love them to draft a receiver, but you said it. Like, how can I count on the receiver being wide receiver one, day one? No, I don't care if they draft Chris Olave last year. He wouldn't have been wide receiver one.
If it was Jameson Williams, then he would have
Yep.
never saw the field.
Nope.
They'd have put him on the IR for the rest of the season. He wouldn't even saw the field. Like, I don't know, man. I want us to draft the wide receiver.
Me too.
You know what I'm saying? If we get, if we don't get Odell or D Hop or whatever, and we say go into this draft, and they say, all right, we're gonna get Jackson, and Jigba Smith. We're gonna roll with the kid because he got a lot of tools. I still am not confident that this kid is gonna play a lot of snaps. Like, don't get your hopes up, people. Like, I know we've never drafted a first round talent, but still, Sky Moore was in the second round. The second round ain't too far away.
No.
It ain't like Sky Moore was some fifth round pick.
And there was second round picks taken after him that played far more like George Pickens.
Yeah, it ain't like Sky was some fifth round pick with potential. Like, he played in like some small school or whatever, and he was playing against terrible competition, but he just put up numbers. I mean, at Western Michigan he was a small school, but still, he was a second round pick. Like,
exactly.
Like, and every week Andy Reid was like, nah, not this week. Nah, we ain't playing him. The man got his first touchdown in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Like, come on now. Like,
right at the end of his rookie year.
Like, each week, Andy Reid was like, yeah, this Justin Watson kid is better than Sky Moore. Like, we're going to put him out there. So, I don't know, man. Like, I don't get into it. If we get a receiver in the first round, I'm all for it. But
me too. I
think the Chiefs are gonna go like third round, Cedric Tillman. Like, that's what I think. And that dude can at least sit and learn the system, and then next year he could possibly get some run. Like, that's what I see the Chiefs doing. I don't.
What do you think about grabbing an Odell and drafting a receiver? Like you said, it's Cedric Tillman and maybe the third round.
I'm all for that. Look, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I'm more so for signing Odell than giving up picks for D Hop, because those picks could be used for positions on the field, whether it be boosting up this defense more or
tackle
getting a tackle, getting another tight end for the future. As far as Travis ain't getting no younger.
No.
I know we think he's gonna drink from the fountain of youth and he's gonna be back at it again. Put up 1,400 yards. One of these seasons, the other
he's gonna take a step back.
It's either gonna be a 900-yard season and a few. He's still gonna have like maybe 8 touchdowns, but you hear him when he talks about it. It gets harder and harder for him to go out there and play, man. It really does. So
I think he said it best on their podcast when he was talking about the touchdown record. He said that he thought this was his best season, his best chance at getting it. He don't think he'll, get to that level again.
I'd double up with D Hop and a rookie rather than having Odell mentor. I think Odell gets a bad rap, man.
Me too.
I think y'all be hating on
Odell. Because Odell was mentoring AJ Brown. a lot.
Exactly.
I remember that, and all them LSU guys. So
I know. A circus sometimes comes with dude, but I think he gets a bad rap, man. I think he's fine. I think, and then we got enough locker room guys in there that let's just
exactly.
draft Washington. I mean, I'm all for
I
that.
mean, I would
Mm,
take that too. Yeah.
I'm all for that. You know what I'm saying? I like Darnell Washington. My only problem with Darnell Washington is this, man. Those big dudes like that usually become injury prone, man, because they so
Yeah.
big. Like, look at Gronk. Like
My other
Gronk
problem is he kind of
is
reminds me of Mercedes Lewis.
that too. Yeah, like it looked
He's like kind
like
of stiff with his route running.
his upside can be Gronk with the athletic, but his floor is Mercedes Lewis, and he's just a good blocking tight end. That's what he
Yep.
is. But he's so useful. He has a 13-year career. Just blocking and maybe get a few touchdowns here and there, first down. He may be one that nobody likes playing with. He's a me guy. Nobody likes playing with that. I don't think he's a
I
me
don't
guy.
think he's that way.
I don't think
When
he's
he
a me
went to LA, nobody had a problem with him at
guy.
all. And
Yeah,
then he was competing for the Super Bowl. McVay loved him. I think him and McVay were best friends. I mean,
I don't think he's a me guy. I just think he gets a bad rap. Cleveland was just you knew Cleveland just wasn't gonna work.
that was Baker Mayfield.
That just wasn't gonna work. Odell in Cleveland.
Like Cleveland?
Ugh, ugh. I'd be a problem if I was
Me too.
if I was a
I'll be
receiver and I
forcing my
went to
way off the
Cleveland.
roster too.
I'm sorry, Joe. You going to Cleveland
I'll
with,
pass.
with Baker Mayfield?
And
Yeah,
Freddie Kitchens
yeah,
calling plays.
yeah. It was a disaster over there, Joe. I'm sorry, Joe.
They had a
Not
car
feeling it.
salesman calling plays for Odell Beckham. He probably could have called plays better than him.
Yeah, it was bad. Yeah, but like I said, I think Odell gets. And in this
He
locker
does
room, he
with
ain't gonna be there.
Travis and Pat and
Because trust me, he get to popping off, he out. You know what I'm saying? He out of there. You know what I'm
cut the
saying?
string loose.
He's out of there. Now, here's the thing about it. I do think, because we always in the offseason, we get linked to so many super, and let's just stick with wide receiver. We always get linked to said wide receiver, star wide receiver wants to come to the Chiefs, or the Chiefs are
Yep.
interested in said wide receiver and whatever free agent, and they never come. They go somewhere else. I don't think it's just so much the money. I think it's mostly because they know that when they come into this organization, they're going to be the third wheel. They're not going to be the
Yep.
superstar. It goes Pat and it goes Travis Kelsey.
Travis and Chris Jones.
And then Chris Jones. Maybe, you can fit somewhere between,
But
maybe
below Chris
Travis and
Jones. Yeah.
maybe below it or on the same line, maybe a little bit over because he's a defensive tackle, and
Yeah.
people like wide
They
receivers.
like fireworks.
Yeah, so but you're gonna be third on that wheelhouse.
Yep.
Nothing good came out of
Exactly.
Cleveland at all,
Ever.
ever.
They should have packed them buses up and moved again.
The only thing that's good in Ohio is Ohio State. That's it. It starts and ends with Ohio State. So,
Yep.
but
Starts and ends with Ryan Day.
maybe back when LeBron was with the
With the
Cavs,
Cavs.
that's it. But I just think a lot of players they want to go to at least in with the Rams. If Odell went to the Rams, he knows he's
Yep.
gonna be a superstar. And Cooper Cup is a relatively quiet dude, so
Yeah,
he
he's
ain't
laid back. He's not out in the
laid back.
media.
He just goes out there and gets his numbers, makes plays, and you don't hear nothing from him. Guys like Odell may not want to come to Kansas City because they know that you're not going to be the star over Patrick Mahomes. Sorry, he's the best quarterback in the league, and now we're talking about him possibly eclipsing Brady one day. You know,
Especially
so
that year when we were all on Odell watch. He went to L.A.
mhm.
It made more sense because he would be the number 2 receiver there. Here, he would have been the third, fourth option because
Yeah,
that was when Tyreek Hill was still on the roster.
yeah, he would have been the third option probably. So yeah, and then getting up to speed in this offense, yeah, in the middle of the season,
Yeah,
yeah,
good luck.
that
McVay will just basically say, "Here's your route tree, go do it." Like, yeah, that's
yeah,
true.
yeah,
That's the only good thing.
yeah, you're right about that, Mark. So I don't know, man. I just if we get Odell, we get DeAndre Hopkins, cool. You know what I'm saying? If we
Right.
get either or, you know what I'm saying? I'm cool with either or. I do think we need another veteran in that room.
I
We
do
do need
agree
a
with
guy.
that.
I did see somebody toss a trade around. I don't know how true it is. You know how Twitter is. People be talking and claim they inside sources, and they ain't got the sources. They uncle that sat on the couch and made up a
That's
draft,
like,
a trade scenario, whatever. You know, that's the inside source. They uncle on the couch who say, you know, who would be a good trade?
sit back drinking.
Yeah, it would be a good trade. Smoking, you know,
Yeah.
it was a good trade. I did like the trade scenario of them going after Steelers, Deontay Johnson. I like
Ooh, me too.
I like that trade right there. He's still young. He's on a relatively
He's ascending.
he just got his contract, which is very cheap. You know what I'm saying?
He got it
So
before, like last
yeah,
offseason, he got it
yeah,
before everybody else. He probably
yeah.
wishes he held out a little bit
Yeah,
longer on that.
he probably does. But still, I would. The only problem with Deontay Johnson was he had catch, hand problems.
Yep.
He couldn't catch. Sometimes he would drop. But other than that, the kid is highly productive. He was productive with a bum arm, Ben Roethlisberger. You know what I'm saying? So, what did we get? What did we get? What you
Oh,
get?
on the
What you get?
Kelsey thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he has a point.
But yeah, I wouldn't mind getting somebody like him. You know what I'm saying? I saw that
I
being
agree.
spun around. Now, my ultimate would be, just call San Francisco and see what they want with
Exactly.
Brandon Ayuk. Just call them. You ain't got,
I'm right there with you.
just
Just check in with him.
Brett V. Hey, what's up, John? You know what I'm saying? How you doing, man?
So what would you take for Ayuk?
How's Brandon now? How's he doing?
Man, he would be so nasty in this offense.
I'm just saying, man. I think he has number one potential. Johnson makes a lot of sense.
Yep. Yeah, I agree.
If no D Hop over there, that's what I'm saying, man. Deontay Johnson, man, I like him, man. He's definitely gonna be a number one in this offense. You know what I'm saying? Number one wide
Yep.
receiver because we all know Travis is
Travis is number one option. Then it'll be Deontay. Then it'll be Tony,
Tony. You know,
Sky, and
because at the end of the day, look, we all know, and I know the reports came out that James Palmer said that
James Palmer's capping.
You hating on James, man. James always bring the news, man. No, I'm just playing. No, but he said the Chiefs are looking at Tony as wide receiver number one.
I
Now,
actually do think he's right about that.
yeah, it's looking like it.
Yeah, it is.
It's starting to look like it. Brett Meach is kind of looking at everybody like, what? Y'all thought I was lying out here in these streets? I ain't getting these dudes on these. I ain't signing none of these dudes, so I don't know. But he might see why Tony is wide receiver one, but he's just the injury history, man. It's him being injury prone. I just them hamstrings, man.
Yep, exactly. The hamstrings. I don't know what it is with his hamstrings, but damn, man.
And then with Sky, hopefully Sky can take that next step. Who gets felt? Who gets what? Whoa.
Whoa. Hey, yo, what's going on here? Oh, who gets dealt?
Oh, okay.
I was like, whoa.
We were talking about, Joe. Who gets dealt? Eckler, Diggs, or both? That'll change the AFC. Yeah, Eckler's gone. Eckler's gone. I think he goes to the NFC though. I don't think he's going to be on the AFC team unless it's like a terrible team like the Texans or something
I
like
could
that.
see. I'm trying to think of teams for Eckler to go. The Rams, but I don't know what they're trying to do over there.
You talking about Stephon Diggs? Is you talking about Stephon Diggs?
Yeah, I
Getting
don't
that?
see. He's not getting
No,
traded.
he's not getting traded. Unless somebody has to probably bring in a haul for Stephon Diggs.
Yeah,
Like, they'd have to give up like a first round, a second round, and maybe another third round or something like that for next season or something. Like
they have to give up too much.
you would have to give up too much for Stephon Diggs. Not I don't see it. Why would Buffalo do that? They get rid of Diggs and you can forget Super Bowl. You
Yeah,
forget all that. That's out the
because their
window. I don't
offense
care if
is,
they go
is
draft.
predicated on Stephon Diggs. It's all
Yeah.
Stephon Diggs and Josh
You
Allen.
want to see somebody take a step back. Like, take away Stephon Diggs and see how Josh Allen looks next year. Yeah. He might lead the league in interceptions and shit.
He might be out of the league.
He might be 30. He might
He
be
might be
30.
Cam Newton.
He might be 30 for 30 next year. He might throw 30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions next year. He's just gonna throwing the football all around. Or he
Just
gonna get
airing it
hurt.
out.
He gonna get hurt because they're gonna have
He
to
gonna
run
be
the
like Cam
football.
Newton.
Yeah.
You see how
So
crazy.
route
Yeah,
running
I think
speed,
he's talking about
catching is
IU.
better. Yeah. Either Ayuk or Deontay Johnson. Either or. Both of them. Either or. I would want both.
Both of them are
And
extreme route runners, man.
and Deontay Johnson is a Brett Veach move. That's more of his wheelhouse. He'll go after those guys
Yep.
who they may not be
Those
superstars.
younger guys.
They're young. They got potential, mass potential in the right offense with the right quarterback. Which
We got all that.
we got all that. We check all those boxes. So so yeah, I can see that. I can see something like that. All right, Todd. So the draft is coming up.
Yep.
If you're Brett Veach, who do you take with your first round pick?
Ooh, this one's tough because I'm still on the fence about drafting an edge rusher, even after them signing a Minihue. Like I still feel like edge rusher could still be a pick in the first round. But if I'm going after somebody and I'm trading up, this would be a scenario where I have to trade up to get that player. It's going to be Jackson Smith or Quentin Johnston for me. One of those two guys. If you don't get Odell, you don't get D Hop, you don't get any of these other guys we mentioned. Johnston would be he'd be a true X receiver in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Jackson Smith would probably be more of a slot guy, probably in that juju role, middle of the field, clutch third downs. But yeah, I'm definitely not looking at a running back in the first round. That's for sure. Tackle, receiver, edge rusher.
Yeah, Joe. Because I see your comment. I knew where you were going. Behind.
Benny Hanna. Benny Hannes.
You get that out your mind, player. It ain't happened. They screwed themselves signing that extension. And they was winning.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say he screwed himself. I would say he screwed himself.
Money. You did.
You never screw yourself when you get money like that. But screwing yourself. Let me screw myself up then. Because I'll take that screw up.
I'll take that, buddy.
But I think I would, man, if he's sitting there like 2022, Nolan Smith, if he's sitting there, man, I'm going to get him, man. And you saw this, man, look, let me tell you something. I knew everybody thought, he was out, Joe Cullen was out there, working out Carter. He came at no Carter. We're not getting you, man.
He wants people to think that we're interested in Carter.
We're looking at Nolan Smith over here. This man read off all his scouting numbers. He knew him by heart. Yeah, he ran a 4.39 and shut him. Oh, Joe like Nolan.
Yeah, he does. His eyes like lit up when he see Nolan Smith out there. Did you see that screenshot of him? His eyes were like so big. I was like,
he knew everything by heart. He had to get the notepad out and be like, yeah, he ran a. No, he was like, yeah, no, he ran a 4.
His hands 9
You
His
ready to fold?
hands 9 3/8.
Oh man, woo! Joe was like, yeah, I want Nolan Smith, man. What are we doing over here? Don't we? Yeah, Nolan Smith gives off heavy Eric Beck. Eric Beck.
What? Well, I mean, Eric Berry was
I mean, he's
a
a baller, but don't
exactly.
don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't be disrespectful, Joe. This is an edge rusher, boy, coming off the edge.
Joe Colo, man.
You know who he
said it.
reminds me of? Justin Houston. That's who he reminds me of coming out of
Yeah.
college. That's who he reminds me of. Yeah, I bet you want Justin Houston up in here again, don't you? Yeah.
He reminds me, and this I'm gonna get.
Oh
a lot
yeah,
of shit for
leadership.
saying
No,
this.
yeah, leadership. No, I've seen him speak.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen dude talk, and he made me want to run through a wall. Like hey, let's go. Bring Nolan Smith right now with George Karlaftis, and many who. Oh man, Chris Jones. Oh man, we might lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, with Joe Cullen dialing it up.
Oh man, it's over for the league. Y'all messed up and let us get a top 10 defense. Like undefeated.
Yeah, that's true. Diggs is all about winning. That's why he left that money on the table.
Diggs wants to win. That's why he said he screwed himself. Yeah, but I mean, you get where Diggs is coming from. You see, you got success. You got Josh Allen. He's ascending. You know, you think your team is ascending. They go get Von Miller in the offseason. So it's like, yeah, baby,
we here.
Good. We here, baby.
But they didn't realize Von Miller is like 34 years old, and
they understand that the boogeyman is like right across the way.
Yep.
Well, the Chiefs trade up. I mean, they did it for McDuffie. And I understand they had an extra first-round pick to go play with. But still, they went and got McDuffie when he dropped. So I wouldn't be surprised if they
And they still kept both first-rounders. That was
exactly.
Didn't they have to trade a second or something? What did they even trade? That's crazy because they got Karlaftis too.
Because did they have an extra second?
Yeah, they did from the mic. That was what they threw in, a second and probably the fourth or some conditional pick.
Yeah, so yeah. Brett Veach he ain't shy away to go get who he want. Now that dude drops. Heck, I wouldn't be opposed even if Nolan Smith does. If Jalen Carter drops, go get him. Go get him. I don't care about how he looked in the little pro day. The man got a lot on his mind right now. You know what I'm saying?
He's 20 pounds overweight right now. He's been stress eating.
Yeah, man. He's eating cornflakes and potato
eating them
chips.
wings at Magic City.
Yeah. He's been going through a lot right now. You know what I'm saying? His life looks like it was about to crumble right before him. You know what I'm saying? Now he's on probation now. He ain't got to worry about that no more. But still, if Jalen Carter drops, man, put him next to Chris Jones and it's over for the NFL. It is over. So, do you think they should go after an offensive lineman in the first round?
It depends on the offensive lineman for me. DeJuan Jones is worth it in my opinion. Darnell Wright's worth it, but but those guys are a little bit undervalued in today's NFL because they are right tackles and they're maulers. Darnell Wright being far more athletic than probably any tackle in this draft, looking at his relative athletic score. So for me, it would definitely be Darnell Wright because if this was like early 2000s, Darnell Wright's a top 10 pick easily.
Yeah.
But it is just the way that positions are valued nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. I don't see them take. I mean, unless the right tackle falls to them, you know, maybe a Broderick Jones, he may slip. You know, maybe he slips in the draft and they go get him. You know, they may trade up a couple spots. Oh, we want to solidify this offensive line. Let's get Broderick Jones on the right side and get, you know, Jawan Taylor and if, you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, or he has competition with Lucas Niang because it all, you know, points to that they believe in Lucas Niang to be the right tackle for next season.
Yep.
So And I know a lot of people, some people are down on Lucas Niang because of the injuries, but I mean, he really didn't really get to show like, and when
He
he
really
showed,
only had one injury, if you
yeah,
think about it, because the COVID year was the whole COVID thing. It
yeah,
wasn't an injury.
yeah, he came in, it was COVID. You know, it's understandable. This is
Yeah.
some new virus around here. You don't know
You
what's
don't know
going
how it's going to
on.
work out,
Yeah,
or
so he's like, man, let me stay home, my family, whatever. And so he came back the following season, and I thought he looked decent on the right side. You know what I'm saying? Did
he
he have
did.
his growing pains? Of course. This is it's relatively his rookie season, so he's gonna
Yeah,
have
it
growing
was.
pains.
Yeah.
It's a step up and then getting into football shape after being out for a whole year. Like, yeah, like not. But when the season started coming along, he started looking good on that right side. And one thing about Lucas Niang, even though he's a big guy, he's an athlete. Like, the dude is an
Exactly.
athletic freak. The only reason why he slipped to the third round because he
It
had
was
that hip
because of the
injury.
injury. Yep.
Yeah, he had a hip injury, and I know that scares people away. Offensive linemen with a hip injury because that's what they do. They move their hips and stuff.
Yeah. But he looked good
So
moving his hips in that
yeah,
season,
and then
specifically in the second half of that season.
in that Bengals game, when Tooney had went down and he went to the left side, he didn't look too bad on the left side either. Like
Yep.
he was holding his
He
own.
was holding up, and then he went down, and
Yeah,
then it
yeah.
was like a big mess that game.
And then he got hurt, and then last season, I just think they was trying to get him healthy, just in case. Wiley went down.
And he
They
was
probably,
actually out there for a play on the Super Bowl, and you know what play it was? It was the Sky Moore touchdown. He
oh,
was
was
out
it?
there. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Well, they
It
was making
shows they trust him,
yeah,
obviously.
yeah. So they put him out there. So yeah, I'm not. I'm more higher. Shout out to my man Boogie out there. He's totally done. Like he's like I'm over. Lucas.
Oh my god. That's too soon
I
now.
was like, God,
We'll be talking about that in July
like
after training camp.
what my man do to you, man? Like he barely played. Like, but y'all looking at Justin Ross. Like, all right, whatever. But
Yeah,
yeah,
Niang, his RAS score was crazy. I mean, for a tackle, I believe he was like in the eights or
mhm,
nines. I mean, that dude
mhm.
could move. And then you put him and Jawan Taylor. I mean, woo.
Yeah, I think the offensive line might be better next year.
Honestly, I think so too.
We might finally have that brick wall that we was trying to have, for what we thought we had with Orlando Brown and not so much Wiley. Wiley was the liability on
Yeah, and
on the
I don't
offensive line.
think
And look, and shout out to Wiley, man. He got paid over there in Washington, man. He getting his money, man. Shout out to Wiley. So, but yeah, I don't. Oh no, I think our offensive line is going to be good. I do think that the Chiefs will pick another offensive lineman, uh, maybe even an Antoine. What's his name? Antoine
Harrison.
Harrison from Oklahoma. He's from Oklahoma, right? Like
Yep.
he's the one that has the most upside because he's young. He's a young dude. He has the most upside at all these offensive linemen. So possibly they go after him. Maybe he
Yep.
could just sit. You know what I'm saying, and just learn or whatever.
Learn. Or there's one in the later rounds that I really liked, and he's out of Oklahoma as well. One, I can't say his first name correct. Wanyan Morse.
I heard of him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he tested crazy athletic too.
Yeah. There's some good tackles in this
It
round,
is.
man. Even in
You
this,
could get a good one in the late
yeah,
rounds.
you can, and just make him a development, kind of do like they did with Kennard, kind of just develop
Yep.
him, let him sit. You know what I'm saying? Because
Which I'm still interested with him. What if they just have him and Niang battle it out for the right tackle spot in July?
maybe
You know
so,
what? I'd be here for it. I'd be here for it.
or I look at Kennard like this. Maybe they look at Kennard like, okay, maybe he's not a right tackle in the NFL. Maybe he's a guard. And
That's what
contracts are
I
starting to
think.
come. Contracts are coming up. Tooney's number is going to get higher, and they might look at Tooney and be like, "We love you, Tooney, but yeah, we're not paying you.
Especially with him probably getting approaching 30.
Yeah, we're not going to pay you that. We're going to go ahead and cut you and save some money. Put Trey on the left side, You know what I'm
Move
saying?
in
And
Kennard
then
on the
and then
right.
they and then they
That
Kennard worked at
that
that
would
right
work
side. You know, so I could see that happen.
because we got to pay Creed and we got to pay Trey. I mean, that's just that's gonna happen.
Boys to Men lead singer 1 year more. Yeah. Remember he took
uh,
in the combine.
no, I think that was uh, I remember who it was now, but it wasn't him or was it him?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Or, I know it was a tackle though.
Yeah. Let's talk about. I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it. Let's talk about Joe's favorite position, man.
Yep,
Running
running
back.
back.
Whatever. I know we're not taking a running back in the first round. Sorry, Joe. We're not taking a running back in the first round. We're not even gonna take one in the second. Now maybe the third and fourth round we could talk. Um, no, Joe. No, it's not happening. It's not happening. It's not happening. He's gonna be gone by the time we draft pick anyway, so he's gonna be gone.
Yeah, so Morris suffered a hamstring strain. I just looked it up real fast, but he didn't.
Didn't tear
It
nothing.
was somebody else tore their ACL.
Uh, do you think the Chiefs go after a running back in the later rounds?
Yes, I do. I think in the later rounds, there's a couple guys there. I'm looking at guys that can catch out of the backfield because we don't know if McKinnon's going to be back or not. I'm looking at guys that can block. Kenny McIntosh is definitely intriguing. I think he had like 55 receptions last year, 400 something yards, couple touchdowns coming out of the backfield, receiving. So that's definitely intriguing for me. But it's going to be a later round guy. Brett Beach is not. He will never draft a running back in the first round again, ever.
That running back better have Adrian Peterson type of bit, which I think Bijan Robinson might have.
I think no. Don't get me wrong. Bijan is a great player, and he's going to be a great player in the league. But
I think CEH put a bad taste in their mouth, and I just don't.
Yeah,
I don't see it. I don't see it. I could be wrong. Joe could be sitting up here laughing at us all while we just drive Bijan Robinson in the first round.
We're all sitting here like this, like what?
And I'm cussing Joe out, and I'm kicking him out of the comment section and banning him for life because he jinxed us. Because he jinxed us. Take your dealing somewhere else. No, I'm just playing. I see later rounds.
Me too.
Maybe not that Texas running back, but the other guy
other guy is intriguing too.
The other guy that he played with, he didn't get a lot of run, but he's pretty good. And I had last week I had Caleb James on. He talked about him a little bit. He said the guy can catch out the backfield. He's pretty
That's
good,
what I want right there.
That. So maybe even a Deuce Vaughn. I like Deuce Vaughn. Deuce Vaughn is very good.
Too.
The kid can catch out the backfield. He's fast. He's very fast. He may be small, but he's fast.
That's my problem with him is the size. Yeah. But Darren Sproles was small coming into the league too,
and he was a baller.
Yeah,
Darren Sproles was a baller. So, and that's what he reminds me of. So,
me too.
What's the kid from Texas A&M, Arcane or whatever his name is? He ran fast. He ran like a 4.34. Like, yeah, that kid right
I think
there,
he's gonna go pretty high. Yeah, actually higher than people think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Like second, third round.
Second, third round. Yeah, especially with a 4.3 speed. Yeah, I can see a team. Let me get him. Let me get him. So,
and I think Dallas is going to take Bijan. Honestly,
keep the Texas product in Texas. I can see that.
Yeah, exactly. Running back late.
And I can see because Mike McCarthy claims he wants to run the football more. So we'll see.
I like Tony Pollard, but Tony Pollard, look, Zeke set up a lot of stuff for Tony Pollard when it comes to blocking, when it comes to just eating up those heavy boxes. So Pollard could have the light boxes. They need another guy like that because Pollard's explosive, but
I'm gonna run on the stage and hug that man.
You're gonna be getting arrested.
I tell you what, Joe. If we somehow, some way, pick Bijan Robinson with our first pick, I'll let you get a Joe rant on Arrowhead Chief Podcast.
Yeah.
I will let you get around. I will let you come on the show and gloat and have a rant of your own.
And just
Just for you,
rant
Jim.
and yeah,
I will
just go
mute my
off.
mic. I'll mute Clarence's mic. I will mute Ty and Mark's mic, and you just go at it. You just go. Just go as long as
Unleash.
you want. Just go as Skip Bayless. I'm gonna unleash. Just let you unleash.
He
You know
always
what I'm
says,
saying?
I'm about
Yeah.
to unleash.
Why does he breathe like that? Like, you're sitting down debating, man. Relax. Let's go.
Yeah. I'm like, whoa.
Okay. Okay. Now,
Now he's like, now I can talk.
now I got to. It's my turn. I'm about to unleash. Shut up, kid. If I slap you. Yeah.
Yeah, I
But
agree with DJ Ant. They're getting a running back late.
yeah. What is your thoughts on tight end, man? You think we get a tight end?
I
In
think we
early?
should. I think we should, and I think we should look to address it relatively early. I
Dalton
mean,
call Dalton call Kincaid, baby. Let's go get him.
yep.
Woo! Let's go get him.
Kincaid, Musgrave out of Oregon State. But those guys are going high.
Yeah.
Michael Myers. But if I'm looking at a lower round guy that I really like, and it's Luke Schoonmaker, I'm not sure about the fit in the offense. He kind of, my only problem with this, it kind of reminds me of Noah Gray, to where he's never going to be a tight end one. He's always going to be a good tight end two.
You know
So
who
that's my concern with that.
I like the kid from Old Dominion, Zach
Yep.
Kuntz.
He has a lot of
He's
potential.
6'7", 6'8", but he moves really good. Moves really good. Kid can catch the football. I know he played in a a lower class division, but still, the kid's got upside. If anybody can get the best out of that kid,
It's Andy
it's
Reid.
Andy Reid, baby. And then him sitting under Travis Kelsey, I think that would be good for him. So yeah, I like Zach Kuntz, man. I like Zach. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting what Brett Veach does in these next, month or so.
Yep.
Especially with the whole wide receiver room. We're going to find out if he thinks Kadarius Toney is wide receiver run. Right now, it's looking like it, people. Like it looks like,
And he definitely has the upside to be that
yeah,
if he can stay healthy.
it's
Like
6'12".
go pull up that Dallas game, and you can see the
Yeah.
route run, like the ability to
Mm.
go up and high point a ball for a guy that's only 6 foot. He does it better than some 6'4" guys do.
Yeah. I mean, I knew he was special in that Jacksonville game when
Yeah,
Pat
he adjusted his.
he adjusted his gloves
And Pat loves him too. That's the
and
thing.
that's what we're saying. They got a rapport already. Like, I'm not saying he's, the cheetah. Nobody's the cheetah, but he has cheetah-like abilities.
He does.
He has cheetah-like abilities. He's very nimble. Now, I would like him to stop cutting so much. That's why his hamstrings be hurting so dang much, because he cuts way too much. Like,
And I think he has like an extra ACL or something. The way he becomes
like
dead leg cut all the time.
like,
I'm like,
he cuts way too much. Like, he'll shake a dude and then shake another one and then try to shake somebody else. And it's like, you ain't have to do that, man. Just run forward. Just go forward. Just go straight. Stop cutting so much. Like, if he can get that down, then maybe, what I'm saying, we could be talking about a potential wide receiver one. I expect Sky Moore to definitely take a step forward. I think he won't be thinking as much. He'll know where he's supposed to line up because, even in the Super Bowl, he lined up on the wrong side.
that's still up in the air. Some people are saying Travis Kelsey messed that formation up.
Oh, did he? Oh,
yeah, that's
was
what,
it?
I don't know. But hey, whatever, it worked out good. But
Man, it still fooled the Eagles.
yeah,
it still fooled them.
Sky was supposed to be on the other side, but Travis, I don't know. It was the way it was broke down.
Yeah, it still worked. That's how good we are, people. Breaking down
Call
plays.
the wrong play.
Call the wrong play, and we still score on you. You know what I'm saying? Nobody else could do that. Nobody. So, well, all right, Ty, man. I think we covered everything so far. Hopefully, we
got some more to talk about.
So soon as we get off of here, We didn't traded for DeAndre Hopkins or
Exactly.
signed Odell or something. And, hey, we couldn't break the news here, but stay tuned, people. No, but no. Hopefully, we make another move. You know what I'm saying? A wide receiver, bring a veteran in. You know what I'm saying?
Something's gonna have to shake with the salary cap if they're about to make a move, though. That's what I'm watching. And Chris Jones extension. And this look, not gonna claim I have inside sources to anything, but I do have somebody that is close ish within the organization that said they were told it was close to being done last Sunday when Chris Jones posted all that stuff about being the chief for life and all that. So I don't know what the holdup is necessarily on the Chris Jones extension. I personally think he wanted to see what De'Aaron Payne would get paid. He wanted to see what the guys on the market would get paid before he took an extension, which makes 100% sense. I would do the same thing if I was in his position. I'm not accepting a contract before free agency. We seen what happened. Deontay Johnson did that.
So. He did. And and he definitely deserves more than De'Aaron Payne. You know what I'm saying? He definitely deserves more than Hargrave. So that if anything, he's going to be the top paid defensive tackle in the league. I'm sorry.
Not named
Aaron
Donald.
Yeah.
So
he's definitely going to get paid. So, and he deserves it. And
he does. He deserves every bit of it. 15 and a half sacks really should have been like 18, but a couple of them got called back.
Yeah, because of stupid refs. But we're not going to get into that right now.
We don't have to see them till August, so we're good.
We're good. We won the Super Bowl, so it's all good. But I think he does get paid. He deserves it. And Brett Veach, don't Tyreek Hill us, man. Don't you do it.
Do it.
Don't you do it, damn it.
And the sad thing is, if they do it, there's a guy there that could take it too.
No.
Brian Breeze. But I still don't want him to do it. I'm just saying.
He's not Chris Jones.
No.
Not Chris Jones. Those type of dudes don't grow on trees. Interior pressure, you can get your defensive end and develop that guy. But an interior guy that can rush the passer, those dudes
that can line up out wide.
Yeah, those dudes don't grow on trees.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, and see, this makes sense too. I think this has got a good point to it.
If they did, because contract, they may not have acquired the safety and linebacker. Yeah.
It's the timing of it. I think they're going to do it around the draft, after the draft, so they have that money to sign the draft picks, because it will free up a lot of money against the cap this year. Like, his cap hit's going to be insanely low this year. People are going to be like, what's going on? Next year it's going to be high. It's going to be like $29 million.
Yeah, because it's 35 right now, but he has no more guaranteed money, so they definitely got to get that $35 million cap hit down. So
they could create probably a good 20-something million in cap.
Yeah, that would be great. Because you never know. You might have to make a move in the middle of the season. So
right, and it's still a possibility it's traded. I don't want that to happen. But the thing with Tyreek Hill last year was I didn't see him being traded. I kept talking about extension's going to get done. It just never did. Like, that's what worries me. The longer this takes, like, just get this done, sign the dotted line, and let's get this going.
Yeah, let's get this over with, because I don't want to have to go through this in the off season. So yeah. Well, all right, Ty, man. We're going ahead and land this thing. If you look down at the bottom, you see the link, emqpodcast.com/locker-room. If you go there, you can go to the locker room access for all the podcasts that's under Every Morning Quarterback. Shout out to them. You see there's a Patriots one, a Jets one.
They cooking up over there, the Jets.
Yeah, they got a Chargers one. They got a little bit of everything. But they also got our podcast, Arrowhead Chief Podcast. You click on the banner, you'll see all our episodes, the recent and the past ones. You go back, you can listen to all the old stuff from the humbling beginnings of when I was just audio. You know what I'm saying? When it was just me, sweating in a room.
He said sweating in a room.
on a janky mic to where I moved up, and it was me and Mark. He would come up and he was sitting across from me, sweating in that same room, putting in pain and hard hours. To
Sweating.
now, to
Hey,
now,
we need to get an AC in that room.
we got AC. I'm just, I'm trying to make the heat, make it more like a struggle. You know what I'm saying? We had fans and stuff
No,
going
it
on.
definitely was. I definitely agree.
No, but to now, we doing our lives now. We got things going. But yeah, go ahead, click on that. Also, check out their podcast. You know what I'm saying? They on YouTube. They got everything. They talk about everything league wide. You know what I'm saying? They got betting tips for, when football season is in, college and pro. So, and they talk about college football too. So go ahead and check them out. Shout out to the fellas over there, every morning quarterback. And also, whatever streaming platform that you use, Arrowhead Chief Podcast is on there, whether it be Spotify, Apple, Google, Stitcher, Breaker, Anchor, any of those platforms. We are on them. Go ahead and check us out, follow us, subscribe. Also, subscribe to the YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? And if it's your first time here, hit that like button, man. Hit it. Hit
And
the
hit
like
that
button.
notification
Hit that
bell.
notification bell. So when we come up on Mondays or Tuesdays, bam, you get us. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're at work, whether you're working out, anything you're doing, you get us firsthand. So, but yeah, definitely go ahead and hit that follow, that subscribe button. And whatever social media platform you use, whether it be Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, even TikTok, you can follow Arrowhead. You see that up there above Ty AH Chief Podcast? Go ahead and type that in. You'll find us. We'll follow you back. Because our motto over here is we are not Hollywood. I know Joe probably in the comments said we Hollywood.
He's
Right on time. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I know Joe. Good job, Joe. But yeah, we're not Hollywood over here. We're fans just like you, man. We just here trying to give you the best Chief content that we can bring you. So hit us up, man. We'll follow you. We'll interact with you. You know what I'm saying? If you got critiques, feedback, you want us to bring up some topics on the show, hit us up, man. Just make sure it's within reason. Don't be giving us no dumb stuff. We don't do that type of content over here. You say that for the other shows out there. You know what I'm saying? We don't do that over here. So, but yeah, and be mindful. Talk to us nice and normal. You know what I'm saying? Don't come at us crazy, because I will send Clarence at your doorstep. He'll punch you in your face. So.
Hunt down your IP address and pull up. So watch what you say.
Yeah. Watch what you say. So, but hope everybody has a good rest of their week. Hope everybody's, still engaged in free agency, and hopefully we have some brand new news to bring you next week. So, all right. See y'all later, man. Peace out, Chiefs Keenan.